जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन बल्लवा गिरिवरधारी गोपी जन बल्लवा गिरिवरधारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर सहचरी श्रृंखला भक्ति वेदांत गोस्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर सहचरी श्रृंखला भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर महाराज प्रभुपाद की जय। ISKCON BBT फाउंडराचार्य His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णविंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्तविंद की जय। श्री श्री गौर राधा कृष्ण गो गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। श्री श्री वृंदावन मथुरा धाम की जय। श्री श्री नवदीप द्वारका धाम की जय। श्री धाम मायापुर धाम की जय। श्री श्री यमुना मई गंगामयी की जय। श्री श्री तुलसी देवी भक्ति देवी की जय। श्री श्री सामवेद भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री युग धर्म हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। संकीर्तन यज्ञ की जय। Our loving spiritual master, His Divine Grace, most merciful, Savior of the whole world, by spreading Sanatan Dharma, holy name, all over the world. Patit Pavan Srila Prabhupada ki jai. पतित पावन शिल प्रभुपाद ट्रांसेंडेंटल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की जय। पतित पावन शिल प्रभुपाद इस्कॉन रुक्मिणी द्वारकाधीश टेम्पल की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदी, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदी। All glories to Sambal devotees. All glories to Sambal devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Gaurang. All glories to His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada. Om Ajnana-timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah Sri Chaitanya Manavishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapad Kamalam Sri Guram Vaishnavam Cha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Ragunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakha Vitamsya He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kant Sri Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kantana Gaurangi Sri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriya Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhu Vaivacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Together everyone, Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavind. Louder. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Ram. Louder. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare. Dear devotees, brothers and mothers, young and old, everybody is welcome here in Rukmini Dwarkadish temple. Thank you for coming and thank you for taking to this Krishna consciousness. Dear devotees, by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, I will discuss one very important thing. What is that important thing? Just like a little boy, because of his childish nature, he is not grown up, is little. He is not interested in studying, going to school. Similarly, we are in ignorance, ajnan. We are not interested in spiritual life. So what are we supposed to do? Our only business is to get out of the ignorance. Situate ourselves properly. That's why prayers are made. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya. We have to get out of the darkness, come to the light. Tamso ma jyotirgamya. From darkness we have to come to the light. So devotee, what we supposed to do? Our only business is to get this ignorance out. Get out of this ajnana, darkness. And how we can do? There are 4 yugas: Satyuga, Treta, Dwapar, Kali Yuga. And Satyuga people used to live for 100,000 years, 100,000 years. Treta Yuga 10,000 years. Dwapar Yuga 1,000 years. Kali Yuga 100 years. And short time. And this Kali Yuga is described in the Bhagavatam. The full of faults. Kalo doshe nidhi rajan. Shukdev Maharaj speaking to Radha, saying King Parikshit. Kalo doshe nidhi rajan, my dear king, this age full of faults. Fighting, backbiting, not following the rules and regulations, becoming disturbed. When we take Charanamrita, we take 3 spoons of Charanamrita. When we put first spoon, we pray, Akal Mrityu Haranam. My untimely death should not be there. Second spoon, Sarva Vyadhi Vinashanam. I should be freed from all disease, sickness. Third one, Vishnu Churnadak Pitva Punarjanmana Vitate. Anyone who takes this Charnamrit, he won't take birth again to this miserable material world. Devotees, remember, this material world is not our home. We are not from here. I identify myself from here, but sooner or later, me, you, he, she, we shall be kicked out of here. Nobody can stay here. So while we are here, we have to do the first and foremost business. Our first and foremost business is to get out of the ignorance, come to the light. And how we can do this? As it is recommended in Bhagavad Gita, yoga. Yoga means to link ourselves with Krishna. Lord Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he has described different kinds of yogas in Bhagavad Gita, Jnana Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, Raya Yoga, so many yogas it is. But in the end, in the 18th chapter, he is saying, first thing is, our purpose is to know Krishna, to attain Krishna Prem. And in this age, only one way, Lord in the 18th chapter saying, Bhaktya mam abhijanati. By devotion, by bhakti. In this Kali Yuga, people are deprived of devotion. No devotion. When there is no devotion, there is no emotion. When there is no emotion, then only commotion, problems. And then there will be no promotion to the spiritual world. We should remember this. So devotion will purify us. Devotion to Sri Krishna only. Lord said in Bhagavad Gita, Sarva dharman paritajya mam ekam. Ekam means only one. Krishna is the cause of all causes. As it is described by Brahmaji in the Brahma Samhita. You know what to speak of me, you, he, she, even when 5,000 years back, when Lord was displaying beautiful pastime, Brahmaji couldn't recognize him. See, Krishna's Maya is so powerful. But this Maya can be dissipated by the recommendation of Brahmaji. He has recommended. What happened? But pastime was going on. Krishna was in a young age, 6, 7 years. He used to go to tend the calves in the forest. And their mothers, Mother Yashoda, and the mothers of other cowherd boy friends of Krishna, they used to pack some food for them. You can eat in the forest. So now that food they are eating, enjoying. Krishna's boyfriends and Krishna. And what's happening? Brahmaji is watching. Sometime a boyfriend of Krishna, food which is eaten by him, contaminated, put in the mouth of Krishna. Krishna will eat that. And Brahma is saying, what kind of God he is? He is eating food contaminated by their friends. As you know that Lord Daryodhan ke meva tyage saag bidur ghar khai. And Lord has, what do you call, Shabri. Bholi bhilini bhav ke bhuke Ramachandra Raghurai Der bhai ber tu de de sundar charan lipatai. Shabri, she is, a jungle people's daughter. Doesn't know anything, no mantra, nothing. But full of devotion, full of emotion. And she's thinking, this bear, the fruit, I don't think it's available in this country, but in India it is plenty. They want fruit, small. I don't know whether here or not. Sometimes some are sour and some are sweet. How she will know? She will taste first. If it is sweet, then it will give to Lord Ram. Lord is enjoying. So, Lord can eat the remnants of his devotees also. Same thing is happening, but Brahmaji couldn't understand. He cannot be in God, Krishna. So he wanted to test. What he did, he stole Krishna's all the boyfriends, all the calves, and make them sleep in one place. Now Krishna left alone. Krishna, when he was in the lap of his mother, he was Supreme Lord. When he was grown up, all that time. When he was very young, little baby, Krishna, Putana came to kill him by smearing her breast with the halal poison. Krishna sucked her breast and sucked her life here. When Krishna was sucking her life here, he said, leave me, leave me. Krishna didn't say, but I say. Krishna said that to whom once I catch, I never leave him then. Krishna delivered this Putana, He is so, all the time he is the Supreme Lord. So, alone Krishna, 6-7 years. So thinking, if I go alone, my boyfriend's mothers will ask, you came alone, where are our sons? And cows are waiting, feed milk to their calves. So, all powerful personality of God. And what he did, he expanded himself in all those boyfriends and all the calves. And this was going on for 1 year. After 1 year, Brahma thought, let me go and see what's happening, that God, Krishna. When he came, he said, same. Their boyfriends are eating, enjoying, same. Pastime is going on, calves are grazing. Brahma said, they cannot be duplicate. What, how, what happened? Wherever he has made them sleep, he went there, they were all sleeping. Now Brahmaji understood, I committed a blunder. I committed a, what do you call that, offense, that I tested the Supreme Lord. Blunder, I committed a blunder. He appeared before the Lord and Brahmaji is crying. In 4 heads, 8 eyes, tears are coming. He said, to please the Lord, he prayed to him. Prayers are, Ishvaraha Parama Krishna, Satchidananda Vigraha, Anadhir Adir Govinda, Sarva Karana Karanam. Ishwar means controller. Brahmaji thought that I am the controller. Brahmaji is the creator of this planet. He said, Ishvara, controller. My Lord, you are the supreme controller. Ishvara, Parama means supreme. You are the Ishvara, Parama Krishna. Krishna is the supreme controller. Ishvara, Param Krishna, Satchit Ananda Vigraha. Your form is full of knowledge, eternal and blissful. Many people say God has no form. No. If he is all powerful, why he has no form? His forms, of course, not like yours and mine. His form is Satchit Ananda, full of knowledge, eternal and blissful. Lord's body is not like our body. Satchit Ananda Vigraha. Vigraha means form. And then he said, Anadhi, you have no beginning. Adhi, you are the beginning of everyone. Krishna is Govinda. Govinda is one name of Krishna. Govinda has 3 meanings. Govinda means those who please the cows, senses and Mother Earth. Anadhir Adir Govinda, Sarva Karan Karanam. You are the cause of all causes. And then, how we can see Krishna? Brahmaji has mentioned in his prayer. Even when Brahmaji didn't have this, Brahmaji lost this devotion for Krishna, then he is saying, Premanjana Shurita Bhakti Vilochanena. We have to put in our eyes the ointment of love. We should develop love for Krishna. Premanjana Shurita Bhakti Vilochanena. We should be devotee. Total devotee, total surrender to the lotus feet of Krishna. Premanjana Shurita Bhakti Vilochanena Sant Sadev Hirdeshu Vilokiyanti. Those who are saintly person, they always keep you in their heart. Yam Sham Sundra Achinta Guna Sarupa. Lord's original form is darkish. Sham Sundra. Yam Sham Sundra Achinta Guna Sarupam Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. So devotees, what we supposed to do? Only perform devotion to Sri Krishna. Someone can question that, but what other things? We are not supposed to do anything here. Why? Because we are not from here. Sooner or later we shall be kicked out of here. So why we are trying to make a permanent home in a temporary situation? When we shall be kicked out of here, then why I am building a big skyscraper? What will happen? Devotees, another thing to remember. We are going to sit in one test. Anybody knows that test? Departing from this world. There is a very big test. And in that test, only Krishna can help us. Nobody else can help. Our mother, father, wife, husband, son, daughter, nobody can help. When person is passing away, lying, he cannot speak, they may stand and shed some tears, but they cannot help that departing soul. Remember, only Krishna can help. There is prayers to Krishna made by one devotee. This his harmonium is automatic. Prayers are made. Itna to karna Swami jab pran tan se nikle. Itna to karna Swami jab pran tan Govind naam lekar मेरे प्राण तन से निकले वो devotees, we all have to leave this world. Our departure will be only glorious if I shall be remembering Krishna at the time of departing. Like our Gurudev did, Prabhupada. And last breath, Prabhupada said, Hare Krishna. That will be, and that test, we're all going to sit. We all have to sit in that test. So please remember, this material world is not our home. We are here to get out of here, to get out of this cycle of birth and death. Not here, we are not here to make a permanent home in a temporary situation. How we can do this? If we keep ourselves busy in some material things, material degrees, these degrees are not going to help us at the end of our life. Prabhupada tells one story. There was one scientist. People believe in science, and science is hopeless because they don't believe in God. Science says that what we cannot see, what we cannot touch, we don't believe there's no God. So, Prabhupada is telling a story that there was one scientist. He was very proud of his education. Oh, I'm a big scientist. So what happened? He happened to be at the bank of the seashore, and he thought, let me go have a boat ride. He called when boatman was there. As boatman, I want to have a ride in the boat and see the sea inside. He said, okay, sir, come, sit. So boatman was with the hand. Boat was going further. And this man, scientist, was very puffed up. He said, boatman, you have any knowledge of physics? He said, I am illiterate, I have no knowledge of physics. Oh, 25% of your life is waste. Then boatman little further. Then he asked, oh, you have no knowledge of physics, you have any knowledge of chemistry? Sir, I am illiterate, I have no knowledge of chemistry. 50% of your life is a waste. Boat went further into the sea, and what happened? And no, boat is coming up and down more and more. The boatman, yes sir, what's happening? No, boat is very rough now, and what's happening? He got up and looked in. Sir, for there is a sea storm is coming, that's why boat is not now smooth. So then, sir, you know how to swim? He said, I don't know how to swim. So then 100% of your life is waste. Prabhupada is comparing boatman with a devotee. And this material education is useless. Real education is we become servant of Krishna. Actually not servant of Krishna, but servant of Krishna, like Prabhupada. We become the servant of devotees and they will take us to Krishna. And we have to gather only spiritual knowledge. We have to purify our consciousness. We have to elevate our thoughts. Right now, I am boldly concept of life. I am thinking of all material enjoyment. Eat, drink and be merry. But this is all temporary. I am not supposed to do here these things. As I quoted the shloka from Bhagavatam, Shukdev Maharaj is speaking to Parikshit Maharaj. He said, Kalo doshe nidhi rajan. My dear king, this material, this Kali Yuga, full of faults. Is a very ocean of faults. Asti ek mahan guna, but it has one good quality also. What is that? Kirtanat eva Krishnasya Mukta Sangha Paramrajit. Simply by chanting this Hare Krishna mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare. Simply by chanting this Hare Krishna mantra, we can return back home, back to God. This is the only good quality of this age of Kali. Devotees, by chanting this Mahamantra, we can come to the shelter of Krishna. Right now, because of my polluted consciousness, my mind is running here and there. Many of you may be sitting here, but mind may be somewhere else, Mind may be in 7-11 or 8-12. Doesn't matter. Our mind is very fickle. Even when we are, chanting, mind runs here and there. We have to fix this mind by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada onto the lotus feet of Krishna. At the end of my life, if I can remember Krishna, that end is going to come. Then life is perfect. Otherwise, life is greatest failure. But we will be thinking at the end of our life, we will attain to that stage. Prabhupada tells the story of Maharaja Bharat. Maharaja Bharat was a king of the whole world. But in a young age, he renounced his beautiful wife, his palatial living, his children, everything he renounced, and he went to the forest. Because purpose of life is not to stay attached to this miserable material world. Purpose of life is to attach ourselves with Krishna, to become devotee of Krishna. This is the purpose of life. Become fully absorbed onto the lotus feet of Krishna. That is the purpose of life. And that is the preparation for departing from this material world. If we are not in that situation, then it's very difficult. Maharaja Bharat, very noble king, this planet was named after him, Bharatvarsh. This whole planet is Bharatvarsh. Now many in excavation, different things are coming, that this culture, Vedic culture, was all over the world. But later on, people develop their own, what you call, panthas, some this, some that. But they are the product of this Kali Yuga, and they can help us at the end of our life. Only Sanatana Dharma. So, if one can remember Krishna at the time of death, that is the perfection. So, we have to come to the shelter of Krishna. So, let us little practice Krishna's shelter. Shri Radha Sharanam, Shri Radha Sharanam, Shri louder. Shri Radha Sharanam, Shri Radha Sharanam, Shri Krishna 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 Sharanam, remember, by the mercy of Prabhupada, we have to come to the shelter of Radharani. And by the mercy of Radharani, we have to come to the shelter of Krishna. Ultimate goal of this life. Shri Krishna Sharanam, Shri Krishna Sharanam, Shri Krishna Sharanam, Shri Krishna Sharanam. Louder. Everyone. Sharanam. I remember one thing. Once I was in London. There I happened to meet one Indian guy. And he said, Swamiji. I said, yes, I am well protected. I said, you are well protected? How? My house is free from mortgage. I asked him, how you are well protected? House is free from mortgage. I have good bank balance. I have car. I am well protected. But this fool didn't know. Few days later, he was supposed to kicked out of this material world. We are not protected here. Only protection if we are in under the shelter of Krishna. There is no other protection. Shri Shri Krishna Sharanam, Shri Krishna Sharanam. Everyone louder. Shri Radha Sharanam, Shri Radha Sharanam. Shri Radha Sharanam, Shri Krishna Sharanam, Shri Radha. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everyone louder. Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Louder. Everyone can stand and dance, chant and dance. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Haribo. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. जोर से बोलो, जय हो, हरि बोल। Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Ho. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Everybody hands up. And 2 times Hari Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Louder, louder. Hari Hari Bol, everybody. Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Premanande, Nitai Gaur Premanande. Fortunate souls, those who are standing, now you have to jump And one who will jump, he will return back home, back to Godhead. Those who won't jump, they will stay in LA. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Haribo! 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 बोलो गौर हरि भगवान के बोलो गौर निताय भगवान की बोलो रुक्मणी द्वारकाधीश की बोलो जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा माता की गौर निताय पंच तत्व की गिवर अप गौर निताय रुक्मणी द्वारकाधीश जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा माता शिला प्रभुपाद की those who jumped very high की those who didn't jump उनकी Hare Krishna. Many became inspiring that we have good opportunity. They stood up and so our Lord Chaitanya all the time he used to dance and chant all the time. He is teaching us. He is Krishna himself in the role of his own devotee. And best process is to chant and dance. We dance, we chant so loud that we forget everything. Our mind forgets and we just remember Krishna. This practice is needed now. Later on it won't be. At the end of our life, we won't be able to remember Krishna if we won't have practice now. The devotees keep on chanting and dancing. And you know how much we should chant? How much? Holy name? Many of you understand Hindi, repeat after me. Itna jap kar ki had kar de ki Yamaraj bhi apna khata rad kar de. Devotees, me, you, he, she, we all have an account with Yamaraj, the superintendent of death. His assistant is Chitragupta. He has a big computer. Everyone accounts is there. And we chant all the time. Yamaraj will think he is no more my customer. He has become customer of Krishna. So chanting should be all the time, 24 hours. Lord Chaitanya recommended, Uthite, Baisite, Khaite, Shuite, Yatha Tata Naam Le. Desh Kal Niyam Nahi, Sarv Siddhi Hoye. Standing, sitting, eating, sleeping. Just chant Hare Krishna. It's not that you cannot chant now, you can't chant no. What will happen? You will attain all the perfection. Devotee's real perfection is, we will develop the love of Krishna. When love of Krishna will be developed, then life is perfect. Keep on chanting, and I like to inform, many of you may be knowing, recently with the Madhva band. You know Madhva band in India? I sang one song with them. And it has, how many people have seen up to now? 5 million people have seen that. And if you can also see, you can have the link from him. Mera koi na sahara bina tere, nandalal samariya mere. This is a song, and people, wherever I'm going there, I went to Mauritius recently, they greeted me with this song because they heard there. But I think you people don't know this, huh? Nobody knows. You know, some you also know. Those who don't know, please click and listen to this song. It's a video, and people like very much, and I hope you will also like. Thank you very much for listening, and all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Any question, any comments anybody has? Huh? It's a very beautiful song. Hare Krishna. Any question anybody has, please? Hare Krishna. Okay, now you please then take prasadam. Prasad is waiting for all of you. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Jaho, Jaho.